The atmosphere around Flagstaff was oddly quiet. It was the stifling silence that precedes everything exploding, not the tranquility of contentment. Once a place of solidarity, the Brown family compound was now a cemetery of dashed hopes and shattered land. The houses, half abandoned, partly lived in, sat in a kind of suspended animation. The air was raw and the driveways were muddy as the snow from the high desert began to melt. Wearing a bulky sweater, Mary stood on the edge of her porch, watching the horizon as if it were about to vomit something out. There will inevitably be something. Even as Janelle arrived in her battered Jeep, her boots crunching on gravel, she remained motionless. The strain inside increased. The family kitchen, which was meant to be a place of mayhem and fun, was suddenly eerily silent. Slowly, Janelle sat down, her face laden with silent knowledge. At last, she murmured, "She's gone." Her tone was steady and quiet, and this time it was more than simply a visit. She stole everything she owned, not just half of it. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Mary clenched her jaw and nodded. Her didn't have to inquire about she. The mere mention of Robyn was enough to cause a vibration in the air between them. Both women sensed that Robyn wasn't returning, but they didn't express it aloud. What about Cody? Cody was losing his mind every minute. That morning, with his hair flying in all directions and his fingers locked around a coffee mug that had cracked in his hands, he had dashed across the courtyard while ranting into his phone. The phone was constantly buzzing with missed calls, text messages, and tabloid alerts. His world, which had been based on the delusion of control, was falling apart. The wives had left. The kids had dispersed. The TLC producers had ceased phoning. And now the one lady he believed would never turn on him had delivered the decisive blow. Robyn. Under the guise of visiting extended family, she had made a discreet journey to Salt Lake City just 2 weeks prior. Those who attentively observed her, however, were aware that something new, something decisive, was in her expression. Don't be afraid. Not misunderstanding. Conviction. Not relatives, but Jonathan McCall, a calm, charismatic real estate mogul with eyes that had observed her for years, was waiting for her in Salt Lake. From a distance, he had watched the Brown family story with worry rather than derision. The previous year, they had met at a spiritual retreat through a mutual friend. It had begun as nothing, and over the course of several months, they spoke, first over the phone, then frequently over email, and then in person. Robyn wasn't interested in him or even impressed by his accomplishments. It was his perception of her. Not as a sign. As Cody's one true wife, no. Not the bad girl the world had portrayed her as. However, as a lady engrossed in another person's story, at a quiet restaurant in downtown Salt Lake, they were seated opposite each other. No cameras. Not a spotlight. Simply life. She graciously declined the wine that the waiter brought. The menu made her fingers shake. "Without him, I don't know who I am," she said after a few minutes. Calm and warm, Jonathan leaned forward. Then he continued, "It's time to meet her. It's time for you to take a breath." She didn't cry that night. Softly, uncomfortably, she laughed. She didn't apologize for being alive for the first time in what seemed like years. She had changed by the time she got back to Flagstaff. She had more erect shoulders. She spoke clearly. For 3 days, she stayed away from Cody, moving her boxes quietly with the assistance of her elder kids while slipping between residences. Aurora sobbed. Dayton said nothing. None of them objected, though. They had spent too much time seeing her suffer. They comprehended. The video then surfaced. Nobody anticipated that the porch camera would capture everything. Robyn standing with Jonathan at her side, arms folded, gaze clear but exhausted. In the video, her voice only broke once when she muttered. The video went viral on the internet. It trended across platforms and appeared on TMZ, Reddit, and Instagram Reels in less than a day. There were differing opinions on the backlash. Some repeatedly demonized her and accused her of being a manipulator and traitor. Others, however, saw her. They identified the woman who had been cornered, used, and given a label. None of it was answered by her. She simply walked out. Cody's collapse started out slowly, with sporadic phone calls to his surviving kids, angry voicemails to producers, and a now-deleted tirade about betrayal on social media. He was seen ranting at a stack of cardboard boxes and kicking them till his foot bled while pacing shirtless in the backyard. He pleaded for a new season on TLC. They said no. He sat in a dark room with sunken eyes during his last recorded interview. "They all departed," he whispered. "She did too. The one was intended to be Robyn. She declared her love for me. She claimed to have faith in this family." His face contorted in anger and sorrow, and his voice broke. Now she's escaping with a guy who talks about therapy and wears loafers. "Quiet," he cried. He also didn't search for the camera for once. Weeks went by. It became quieter in the compound. 2 of the lots had foreclosure notices on them. Since then, Janelle and Mary have moved on, opening a women's wellness retreat in Sedona, a place that prioritizes healing over hierarchy. Under sun-drenched sky, the 2 women who had once been broken now stood side by side, smiling with genuine delight. Then Robyn came back. Not to Flagstaff. To the general population. She made a reappearance on Instagram with a simple silver ring and a flowing forest green outfit. She laughed, her hair blowing in the breeze, and she was barefoot. Jonathan was standing behind her, grinning and placing a gentle touch on her waist. And there's more. The bizarre mirror messages that Kody sends to Robyn Brown are another reason why Reddit users criticize the interior design of Sister Wives actors Robyn and Kody Brown's residences. It's easy to assume that fans are in awe of what they see in their houses. Whether it's Kody and Robyn's surreal Flintstone sink, or a medieval times-inspired royal bedchamber in an admittedly garish purple color scheme, there are plenty of astounding oddities. Robyn must be Juliet, and Kody is constantly acting out Romeo, as may be seen in the image above. Is this good enough? Robyn asks herself as she coolly evaluates herself in the mirror while curling her hair. The mother, who is naturally beautiful, is attempting to be the pretty doll that Kody desires. He has stated that he prefers a particular appearance for her. If she looks like an American girl herself, it's probably easier to buy those dolls that cost tens of thousands of dollars. A Reddit thread created by Deleted featured the image of the mirror message that is displayed above. Kody was criticized by fans for his extravagant romantic gesture. As one admirer put it, she used to allegedly leave the now ex-wives with the difficult duties and would sneak off to put on cosmetics, even when camping. However, maintaining a flawless facade takes a lot of effort. Robyn might feel like she has no other option, but some women don't always want to. Kody gushes about the small brunette who is now his only wife in return for all of this work. He once remarked on screen that Robyn looked like a diesel jeans model. Additionally, he made a comparison between her and a soccer mom that, to be honest, gave the impression that he was a little turned on. There might be more going on beneath the surface, which is the problem. Because it would lead to too much conflict, Kody has stated that he will not take another wife. Perhaps he's secretly hoping to resume polygamy by bringing another lady into his relationship with Robyn, a throuple of sorts. In addition to claiming that Kody is difficult to live with and is attempting to destroy their marriage, Robyn doesn't want that. He has terrible mood swings. It's lovely on the surface. He expresses his sentiments through his tiny notes, and hopefully those words, whether they are written in lipstick or whatever else, are genuine. Kody is definitely in love with Robyn. While others of his mirror messages have been far more complex, he kept it simple on the mirror. The viewable portion of the message in the image above reads, "He truly leaves his imprint by drawing a charming heart around his initial." Although it was cute, Kody didn't appear to be overjoyed when his other wives, Christine Brown, Janelle, and Christine, finally left. He actually appeared unhappy, irritable, and cranky. That didn't make sense. A man should be celebrating some kind of Disney-style happy ending when he leaves with the lady he describes as a total woman, the epitome of a dream woman. The cherub Cupid's arrow should have pierced him, and he should have been dancing on a cloud. The wives departed before Garrison died, and since he didn't want those other ladies anyhow, there was no reason for him to be unhappy at the time. Monogamy might not be the answer. People want to have things both ways so frequently. Kody may miss having a group of women under his power now that he only has one wife. Yes, he whined while they were there, but now that Robyn is in his life, he must deal with life's ups and downs without the crutch of blaming the other brown ladies for every issue he faced. Mary, Christine, and Janelle were portrayed as irrational shrews who were unable to win over their husbands. But after leaving Kody, all three ladies appear to be doing well. They have actually undergone glow-ups, entering the realm of true glamour as if they were long naive works of art that had been expertly repaired. Thus, perhaps they weren't as horrible as thought. Kody appears to be attempting to create a fantasy setting for Robyn, similar to the lavish home in Citizen Kane, as seen in the images above, by a mindful nugget on Reddit. Perhaps Robyn chose all of this since, after all, she is ostensibly Kody's rosebud, the item he values the most and that brings back the most poignant memories. Regardless of marital issues, she remains his true treasure and his tender spot. It's difficult to picture Kody without Robyn. He's that committed. Robyn's personal collection of American Girl dolls, the Stone Sink, the opulent David Yurman bling, Kody's Star Wars doll collection, and a regal bedroom. The term whimsy is truly insufficient for this kind of serious decor. What a magnificent home design. It's admirable if his love is genuine. It's always possible, though, that Robyn forced him against his will into monogamy. It's possible that he is merely acting. Nobody shares every aspect of themselves with others. Some aspects are constantly kept secret. The Sister Wives cast may experience greater upheaval as a result. Even when the Sister Wives couple sold Coyote Pass and got rid of that albatross, their lives are still not ideal in spite of those romantic mirror messages. Stars of Sister Wives, the living room of Kody and Robyn Brown's previous Flagstaff house has a Western flair, suggesting that they have a taste for Western-themed design. They enjoy a wealthy lifestyle. Kody may have always liked country decor and taste, because he wears a David Yurman ring with a wild stallion image. Robyn's ring is identical to his. Even though many Redditors think the couple's taste is appallingly awful, Kody and Robyn did at least come up with a unified concept. Spending time in that living room must have been enjoyable for them. Kody and Robyn have faced off in a number of Wild West confrontations on Sister Wives Season 19. The destiny of Coyote Pass has caused them to become embroiled with Kody's ex-partners, as well as Robyn's former sister wives. Kody sold the land for $1.5 million, and he and Janelle and Mary Brown split the money. Christine Brown rode off into the sunset, bound to meet her true love, David Woolley, but the occasionally grumpy Kody still harbors feelings for her. Kody frequently wears the black hat because, despite his obvious love for Robyn, he is shockingly uneasy with the knowledge that 3 women have left him. Everybody has different tastes. For example, some individuals love minimalist design, which consists of streamlined, clutter-free spaces with contemporary furniture and accessories. Robyn and Kody most certainly do not fit that description. In actuality, they are maximalists who cram every room to the brim. A Walmart area rug with a Lone Star theme can be seen in the image above, which was shared by Reddit user MindUndersart. It conveys a sense of Texas's tough and independent nature. It evokes images of line dancing, cowboy hats, and delectable Tex-Mex food. This rug serves as the focal point of the room's design and adds the whimsical touch that is essential to completing a themed space. Given how substantial the leather or Naugahyde sofas are, the rug's pattern, which includes some lighter hues, serves to break up some of that heaviness. That does not, however, imply that Architectural Digest will soon publish this questionable but not particularly horrible example of interior design. Unfortunately, it's a room that people ridicule. Perhaps the lower mid-range hotel concept is too prevalent. Some folks may simply not react well to country style. Fans aren't happy with their old living room in Flagstaff, Arizona, or the way the two decorated the other rooms for whatever reason. This is a little example of the shade they receive in the previously stated Reddit discussion. Kody may have seen Pale Rider. Clint Eastwood played the quiet figure known as Preacher in that iconic Western. However, Kody could favor more recent but equally rustic entertainment options, such as the popular Netflix series Yellowstone. Robyn may enjoy country music, such as the well-known song Jesus Take the Wheel by Carrie Underwood. View the Reddit thread above for images of their house. Except for what they decide to depict on film, and that's a lot, their inner lives are still a mystery. Even though Robyn's core family has shared, and maybe overshared, many times, there is still some mystery surrounding their way of life. The fact that their home's decor gives further hints about their true identities is what makes it so entertaining to observe. People's personal choices frequently reflect their personality. The living room above is really one of the more streamlined areas in Cody and Robyn's house, which is full of surprises. Other spaces are overflowing with objects that might hold sentimental and symbolic significance. Cody, for instance, has a collection of Star Wars dolls, some of which are Transformers. The patriarch's affection for showing off and playing with his Millennium Falcon model and robots in disguise, Transformers, is charming. Robyn has 70K dolls of American Girl, all done up in a dazzling fashion, hidden away in her house. Even the clothing zippers are gorgeously beaded, and some of the doll dresses are custom designed. The only real problem is that fans tend to believe the two lead better lives than the other brown women, which feeds a lot of the criticism. Other than that, it's all a lot of fun. Janelle left the marriage with very little money, which was a terrible result for a lady who had spent so much time and effort supporting the family. Although Christine and Mary don't appear to be hard up, it would be reasonable and natural for them to harbor grievances over the way the family funds were used. Cody seemed to withhold most of the important things from his now exes in his spiritual unions: love, time, money, and physical closeness. As a result, the women became more and more isolated each year. They created opportunities for new lives by separating from a man who didn't truly care about them as he should have. For Robyn, Cody will stop at nothing. She has stated that she enjoys spending money to improve her quality of life. At times, it appears that he would like to conserve money. With the exception of Cody's treasures, it's probable that Robyn's selections are present in their house. Perhaps Robyn picked the royal bedroom, with its deep purple hues, or the Flintstone sink, encircled by Sedona's most ethereal amethysts. Despite their issues, Robyn and Cody continue to truck. What else are people able to do? The loss of Garrison Brown has left them in mourning. Nothing can alter it. It's the most heartbreaking thing that a parent will never get over. Therefore, it doesn't matter what Redditors think as long as they choose decor that makes them happy. It's commonly assumed that Cody doesn't hold the women that left him in high regard. He did, however, recently make it easier for them to afford the small pleasures in life. He gave Cody a bigger portion of the Coyote Pass land, for instance, when he redivisioned it. Thus, $305,000 was given to Mary and Janelle separately. That sum of money might change those women's lives. Cody Brown of Sister Wives might have acted in a gentlemanly manner, but it's possible that he was scared of being sued by Mary and Janelle, who didn't trust him to not take advantage of them. In the end, his actions speak for him. Thus what he did was a good thing, regardless of his reasoning. He and Robyn own a lovely $2.1 million home in Flagstaff that is a new showplace. It's nice that he gave back to the women that supported him for decades, because he has so much. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.